So now we are moving on to scope of finance. What are the scopes in case of understanding the financial functions and financial terms? Let's get into it. The scope of finance is segregated into four categories. One is finance decision, investment decision, dividend decision, and working capital management. We have already discussed all these terms individually in previous topic finance function, and as well as in our main session is fully involved with the scope of finance. This is the actual concept of what we have undergone in the introductory class on the activities. We have conducted the 4 rounds. All those 4 rounds is a combination of these 4 categories of scope of finance. If you take a detailedly analyze the activity that we have made, the first activity, the very first round that we have involved is that what is the very first scenario? You are deciding to open a new cafe shop. You want a source of money. You need rupees 10 lakh to start a new startup. What was the sources that I have given you people? Bank loan, shares, debentures, owner's equity. So these are the sources. So that is the very first one, financing decision. Where do we get money to run our business? From where? What is the source of getting money? What are the sources of finance? Is the first financing decision. The very first decision, whenever a business wants to run, the core need of a business is money. Without money, business can't run. So to understand and to identify the source of your finances, what financing decision. So the very first round that we have undergone is financing decision. Example for this is that Mr. A decides to get a bank loan to start a new cafe. So this is the example. So this term, the activity financing decision, is also termed as capital structure decision. So money initially you are investing into a business is termed as capital. So this activity is termed as capital structure decision. What is your capital structure to start a business? Got it? So next one is that investment decision. Investment decision is nothing but now you have rupees 10 lakh in your hand. Where you put that money, where you invest the money. So what we have done, we have invested in a coffee machine. So that is what investment decision. You are investing your money in something to get back your cash. So that is investment decision. Example is that Mr. A decides to buy a new coffee machine to his cafe. You are putting your money, rupees 10 lakh into a coffee machine, and you are trying to get back through profit. And next one is dividend decision. Dividend decision is that how much profit should be shared with the shareholders and how much should be retained into your business to earn profit. So definitely your business will gain such kind of a profit. So if you profit, it is an ethics of a business that you have to give to your shareholders, because your shareholders would have been invested in the shares of your business. So you have to give them back as the dividend, either for your preference shareholders and equity shareholders. As I said, you have to give your first preference to your preference shareholders. Later, it will be going on to equity shareholders, and remaining you will be utilizing into your business for future profit. An example for this is that, for example, if you earn rupees 10 lakh as profit, you can settle it to all your shareholders and all your suppliers and everyone, and rest of the amount you can retain that as savings, as we have discussed on owner's equity, right? So we will be having it as a reserve. Later, whenever we are in need of, we can use those cash, or else it is also termed as buffer cash. We have discussed yesterday. Do you remember? We will be saving it as a buffer cash. Later, when a business comes to a difficult situation, we can use this money in an emergency purposes. So this is what. Clear? And next one is that working capital management. Working capital management is nothing but the final round that we have discussed. What we are doing in order to regulate our day-to-day business flow and business operations. Business will come under such kind of situations and difficult hurdles, or we have to make an immediate payments, or we have to do some kind of immediate actions into a business. So what kind of a step that a business is taking in order to regulate our regular day-to-day operations flow is working capital management. An example is that paying salaries, paying bills, rent, all these comes under working capital management. All these are the regular day-to-day cash flow. Without these operations, without making a salary, you can't run your business. Your employees will not work for the company. By making all these expenses, you will be earning back. When you give a proper salary to your employees, what will be the return? They will work happily and they will give their full-fledged involvement in the work, and you will be getting back the profit. And next one is rent, EB bill, are the sources. If you are having an operating places, you have to pay rent, EB bill, so that will be generating source of your income. So this is necessary. And next one is raw material purchase. Without raw material, you cannot make it as a finished food or a product. So these are the regular day-to-day activity. If one thing in this gets stopped, your business will be collapsed. So making a steps or an action to regularize or to make a effective growth of your business and to make the day-to-day process as a cycle without any stoppage. That is termed as working capital management. So these are the scope of finance function. What is the first scope? What is the first scope? Financiation. Make it short. What is financial decision?
Yep.
How we get the money. Next one? Investment decision. Make it short.
We are going to invest.
Where we are going to put our money. Where we are going to invest our money. Next third one?
Dividend decision.
Okay, make it short.
How we are sharing our profit and to the shareholders.
And how we are making back this profit and making the business in long-term perspective. And final one is the
Working capital management.
What is that?
Managing all the sources.
Managing the regular day-to-day business operations in case of not interrupting any day-to-day activities or trying to minimize the deviations in the work. Got it? Clear? Any doubt from boys side? Clear?